Hi folks, welcome back and happy Friday 13th. Unless you're superstitious, in which case I guess unhappy Friday 13th. In 1993, the British Medical Journal published a study looking at traffic accidents on Friday the 13th. They found out that actually there was a lot less traffic on the road on that day, presumably because people just wanted to stay home to avoid risking the bad luck of being in a traffic accident. The report wasn't really designed to be taken seriously, but it does show just how much superstition plays a part in our lives. And it got me wondering, does that extend beyond humans? Do animals have superstitions? Do they believe in bad luck? Oh, and welcome back to the Dark Wolf Project. So, first off, what is luck exactly? Well, a broad definition would be an outside force which causes things to happen by chance through no intention or action of your own. Luck isn't something we can really measure or quantify very well, because it's kind of subjective. A person can view a positive outcome as being very lucky, or just the results of them working really hard perhaps. All outcomes, though, are dictated by chance, and chance is governed by probability, which is definitely quantifiable. Most of us have a chance of being struck by lightning, which has a very low probability, and we would most likely say is very unlucky. But to say that it's unlucky implies that there's an outside force at work, which has allowed for you being struck by lightning to actually happen. Believing that luck and chance actually play a role in events in your life is a part of superstition. Examples could include encountering a black cat or a raven, omens of bad luck, and if you accumulate enough of bad luck supposedly, then well, things aren't gonna go too well for you. That's why we have talismans and exhibit behaviours that aren't necessarily constructive, but we believe allow us to be able to avoid the bad luck that's been coming our way. This is actually really useful because, well, if we can see other animals demonstrating behaviours that are associated with superstition, then, well, that implies that they are superstitious, that, to put it a more poetic way I guess, that they have a concept of good and bad luck, and that an external force is at work, although they're not consciously thinking that. So, have we been able to actually observe this happening? Well, yes. In fact, we've known about it for over half a century. Back in the late 40s, famous psychologist B.F. Skinner noticed that pigeons would repeat the behaviour that they had been displaying right before they were given a reward of food. Although the food was dispensed at 15-minute intervals, the pigeons actually continued to display this behaviour, seemingly under the notion that it was somehow encouraging the food to appear. He argued that a causal link had been established in the pigeons' brains. They didn't understand how turning around counterclockwise for 15 minutes caused food to appear, but it seemed to work well enough as to not require any further analysis. This is the exploration-exploitation strategy. The energy required to turn in a circle was worth the amount of energy that the bird got from the food. However, the cost of not turning in a circle, well, that wasn't worth the risk of not getting the food. This same model has actually, as recently as 2011, been applied to humans to understand why we're superstitious. If the perceived benefits are high and the cost is relatively low, then, well, why not be superstitious? As far as the pigeons go, of course, this is a conditioned behaviour which was acquired in laboratory conditions. It was a controlled environment which doesn't exist in the wild. The circumstances for pigeons becoming, well, superstitious in the wild would simply not arise. I mean, on the one hand, they're pigeons. They'll eat anything. So no, there's not really any evidence that bad luck is a concept that other species have a grasp of. But the superstition itself can naturally arise, and it's been put forward as late as 2011 by researchers to help explain our own behaviour. We want to maximise the probability of good things coming our way and bad things passing us by. And if that means carrying a talisman or not walking underneath a ladder, then, well, that's fine, it's entirely natural.